A recent short of mine is receiving a lot more attention than I initially thought it would. It features a build a handful of you have been curious about, so I thought I should make a video explaining the full build and the interactions it takes advantage of. I call it the Helicopter Wisp. For some very obvious reasons. The helicopter aspect is inspired by Cephalon Voshka's video that showcases the same interaction, but swaps out a number of mods that enables an easier and faster path to the build's damage ceiling and provides a less restrictive build crafting depending on what content you like to engage with and what stage you're at in Warframe. For me, outside of my dailies and weeklies, I really only play Void Cascade. So when I initially put this build together, a couple of the choices I made are tailored to that specific experience. But I'll make sure to highlight those choices, so you'll know what can be swapped out. The Warframe's stat lineup is pretty standard. Some increases to duration and range, with pumping as much strength as possible to take full advantage of Wisp's motes. A little bit of duration gives you more time in between your buff refreshes. Range gives a large crowd control radius to your shock mote, upping your survivability. And strength increases your DPS, as Haste's mote speed multiplier is additive to your attack speed multiplier. Basically, more helicopters per second. The extra strength is also great for upping the damage modifier of my assumed ability, Roar. Although the extra damage from Roar is completely unnecessary for most of the content in this game, I'm only using it because I need to scale my damage as much as possible to comfortably deal with level cap enemies, which it easily accomplishes with some wacky Warframe damage calculations, but I'll talk about those later. Equilibrium and Archon Stretch's extra effect provide Wisp a nice boost to her energy sustain, and helps offset the negative efficiency I get from running Blind Rage. Fuse Reservoir and Prime Sure-Footed are nice qualities of life to have, but SF really isn't that necessary and can be swapped out for basically whatever you want. You can do something like better energy, longer buffs, bigger CC, more survivability, more damage, or just sure-footed at home. Handspring. The core mods of the build that enable the helicopter mode are these three mods: Aerodynamics, Aerovantage, and Patagium.
Patagium.
Fucking that one. Aerodynamics adds a +6 seconds to your base aim glide duration, which is then scaled by Patagium's aim glide multiplier. And when aim gliding, Aerovantage completely removes your aim glide descent with negative 100% gravity. The extra CC bonus from Aero's extra effect is nice, but trust me, enemy combatants won't be sleeping for long with this build. These three mods combined allow you to suspend yourself in the air for a total of 17 seconds, which enables full abuse of Wisp's passive, where her and her companion go invisible while she is in the air. That's right, it's just that easy. Just jump and now you have access to one of Warframe's most OP survivability tools with 0 energy investment while inside a nullifier bubble. One thing to keep in mind, firing a weapon while in the air will temporarily turn off this passive regardless if the weapon is silent, but melee does not disable it, making this interaction pair perfectly with Inodem's in Archon mode, which when light attacking while in the air, it will fire a small little melee projectile. For the evolution choices, I use Bladed Harmony, Skyborn Hunter, Swooping Lunge, and Armed Inspiration. Inodem's build is just your regular old crit status build. One of the important highlights is Galvanized Reflex, which completely removes the reliance on combo stacking, the Acolyte mods, and combo sustain like Body Count, Primary or Secondary Dexterity, and Naramon's Power Spike. Galvanized Reflex, or Wispin, also enables quick access to the melee's full damage through either 1. Approach a beefy enemy, spin in the air until reaching 5x combo, heavy attack, or 2. Kill 4 enemies while spinning into them, heavy attack. Congratulations, you have reached the build's full online state. The melee also uses modded 66 blast combo for even more AoE, with Shocking Touch to turn on melee influence. If you end up wanting to assume Roar, you get to take advantage of the goofy double dipping and triple dipping interactions with status proc damage and melee influence, respectively. In short, Roar is treated as a universal faction damage multiplier, or a Bane.
You're a big guy. For you.
When calculating the proc damage of any damaging ticking status, Warframe first calculates the modded base damage, which the Bane is included in. Then when that status ticks for its damage, that Bane multiplier is then included again in the tick damage calculation, double dip. When melee influence is active, you get the same initial double dipping, but now when the status spreads to other enemies, it is then multiplied a third time by the Bane for stupid dip. Triple dip. Back to the build. I include Condition Overload because it does increase melee influence's damage, but like Roar, the extra damage really is not that necessary for most content, and can be easily replaced with modded base melee damage. If you do run Condition Overload, and you're looking to do even more damage, you can run a CO Priming Companion for much more utilization of the mod. I run a Hound Companion build that's basically a 1-for-1 copy of Havoc's Hound build, so I won't go too much in depth describing how it works because he's already done a great job at doing that. Links in the description. But here's a real quick rundown. When killing an Eximus unit, this activates Momentous Bond, which applies a random modded elemental damage to your Hound's weapon. Manifold Bond allows all of your Hound's modded elemental statuses on its weapon to apply on hit on any Hound ability, like Synergized Prospectus, which will apply multiple statuses multiple times to any enemy within 30 plus meters of your Hound. A few final notes. If you're struggling with focused single target damage, running a viral or corrosive primer, something like Kuva Nucor, usually yields good results. As for Archon shards, none is fine, even for level capping. So these truly can be whatever you want. However, I run 2 parkour, 2 energy, and 1 cast speed. And that's basically my helicopter wisp. I hope you enjoyed the video. Also, if you enjoy talking to strangers online, come check out my Twitch. I play a number of different games, so expect a mixed bag if you are interested in coming around.